I don't know if it's true, but I read that you had nightmares when you read the script for 2 weeks. Is it true?
It is true. It is
Yes?
true. I read the script and I loved it. I read it twice through without stopping, and I thought it was absolutely suspenseful and gripping and original and wonderful. But my subconscious, I think, was really terrified just at the idea of, you know, the first scene starts with a little child's coffin, and there's so much you don't know. And even though a lot of the fear is resolved by the end, I think I just kept dreaming little things that, you know, that really was, I never have nightmares, and I really had a lot of nightmares from the script.
Do you see a connection between this movie, the fear that you have there, and our society?
No.
No?
No, I don't, because I think in real life, I think one kind of feels that the state of the world is partially our doing. In other words, if problems arise, it's not because we're completely innocent, that we're all involved in this together, the good and the bad, whereas in a script like this, the people seem so vulnerable, and they seem to be just trying to live very simply and peacefully within the confines of their village, and yet they're not left in peace. So I think it's a very different feeling, at least it is for me. Although the fear, the fact that these people are living in so much fear, that's similar.
How do you choose your characters? Because you did a lot of different things. And how do you feel in love with a character and say, this I want to do? Because I read that you said, I prefer small parts than huge parts that doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, I think what I meant was that I fall in love with a story, and if it's a story that I think is something I would want to see, something original, something that is very good and charming or interesting or whatever. There's so many bad scripts around that aren't about anything, and so when I read a script that's about something and entertaining, I don't care if I have a little part or a big part. I just like to be part of something that to me is quality, that goes out to the audience. And I love jumping around from comedy to drama. So the part is the last thing I worry about. I think about the story, I think about the director, and then the part, I just figure whatever part I have, I'll make that work, you know.
Okay, and how was to work with Mr. Shyamalan?
Well,
because he's new and he
yeah.
has these supernatural things.
Well, I've always been a big admirer of Knight's, love all of his movies, and what I love about them particularly is they're scary, but the reason they're so scary is that we care so much about the people in them, and they're so at risk, and the whole family and the community seems at risk, and I think that they operate on a lot of different levels. There's not just gore or shock or whatever. I think he's very, very very brilliant in how he sets things up and has, you know, leaves swirling and then a twig will crackle there, and I just love how he puts all these elements together, and he's such a nice guy too.
Yes. You never thought about directing?
I have thought about directing, but you have to tell a lot of people what to do, and I'm not really good at that. I'm married to a director, and I don't even like it when he tells me what to do. So I think I don't think I have a big enough ego to be a director. You have to be very, but you never know. I mean, I think if I directed, I would start directing either something I didn't think anyone else could do as good a job, a small movie, or I would want to direct something like The Tempest on stage, you know, something wonderful and classical.
Okay. I hope to see your movie or you in your movies, comedies we love in Brazil.
Oh, thank you.